Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the competitive play update to Overwatch, which is going to be coming soon, apparently at the end of June. Jeff Kaplan, the game director, did release a video on the Overwatch YouTube channel talking about competitive play, and I'm basically gonna, go into what he said and express my thoughts on it, that sort of stuff. So he said new heroes and new maps are coming later this year. He didn't give us a date yet again, which is annoying at this point. It's annoying that we don't know when these new updates are actually coming, because I want to know like exactly when to hope for these things and whatnot. But I guess it's probably not coming in within the next 2 weeks or the next month or something. Otherwise they'd probably give us a release date. So yeah, that's what I think about that. But basically, competitive play is coming at the end of June, hopefully, and it's for players who want to take the game seriously, which is what they're saying basically. There will be a season length. Season length will be 3 months long, starting in the summer, and they'll like follow our seasons as like winter, autumn, or fall, spring, and that sort of shit basically. Wait, maybe they won't do spring, because he did say like in the northern hemisphere. I don't know if UK is in the northern hemisphere, so my seasons might not be the same as the seasons in the US. But it will basically be 3 months long, and there'll be two and a half months of play, and then a little break, probably for them to do behind the scenes stuff and that sort of shit, and calculate who won and that sort of stuff. This is a weird format. I'm not used to seasons of competitive play in games. I'm used to like just rank mode, like you go online, you go into ranked mode, and you rank up and that sort of shit. So this is a new experience for me. I don't know if this comes from Dotas or MOBAs or that sort of game. I'm not sure, because I don't play those, but I've never seen this type of ranking system in a first person shooter. But basically, after that, he said they've made changes to assault and hybrid modes, which is interesting. They also said that the matches are going into sudden death too much, so they're trying to minimize that to only happen when the match is very close. Now, I'm not 100% sure what he means by sudden death, because he did say overtime once, but then he referred to it as sudden death. Now, I'm unsure if any of my matches have actually like gone into sudden death, because after that he said that if it goes to sudden death, then the sudden death portion will be played on the same map. So I don't know if I've ever experienced that, because generally you get like an overtime counter if someone's still on the payload or something like that at the end of an assault or hybrid map. And then it goes into overtime until that person's removed from the payload, and then you got like a specific amount of time before that overtime meter runs out. I'm unsure how much that time is, but that meter runs out and then the game finishes. I don't know if that's what he's referring to as sudden death, or whether there's some next thing that happens when the teams are just so close and the game's just so close, and then it says sudden death and puts you in another match. I don't know. Please let me know in the comment section below if you guys know what he's talking about, because I haven't experienced it. But they said how it was happening like 35% of the time, but it could happen like 50% of the time or something like that. So they're trying to minimize that to only happen when a match is very close. They've also changed the format in Assault to make the maps last longer, and they'll release more details soon. Now, this seems interesting, because the Assault maps are pretty quick generally, unless you're facing against a team that is crushing you, or if you're facing against a team that is really crushing you, then it will take time for you to run out the timer, because you might move it to like the second point and then never move it past that. But generally, if like it's an evenly matched team and it's going well and whatnot, it's not a long mode. But I would appreciate it to be longer, to be honest. I wouldn't mind that. It seems like really cool that they want to make it. You know what? Actually, I don't even know if I want it to be longer, because it does take forever to earn loot boxes, and it's not like getting more kills or anything is gonna get you more experience. That's where you just get a set amount of experience at the end of every match. So I'm unsure if I'm actually happy with this, to be honest, because it just seems like it's going to be longer to get loot boxes and that sort of stuff. So I'm unsure. Let me know what you guys think. Also, the skill system that they're implementing in competitive play is basically using the matchmaking rating. That correlates with your skill rating. And you'll see your skill rating before and after a match. They'll also show the team average skill rating before a match. Now that is very interesting. That's sick. Interesting to see how they'll do that with the presentation. Because the way I'm seeing it in my head, it just looks sick. It's like you can see the other team, like who they're picking, and that's kind of like a fighting game. Like when you see the two people, and it's like versus in the middle and whatnot. And then like you can see the skill rating of every person on there, and then the team skill rating average. I don't know how they actually do it, but if they do it like that, that would be pretty cool. Just some sort of presentation in it will make it pretty good. And to be able to see your skill rating before and after a match, and see your opponent's skill rating to see who you're coming up against and how the teams are matched, that's pretty cool too. Apparently, if you're the underdog, you will gain more and lose less. So for example, if you got like a low team skill rating and your opponent is just, they're just tryhards, they've been out here for days just grinding, so they're proper good and they got some good skill over there. If you win, you'll win more than you usually would have, and if you lose, you'll lose less than you usually would have. And I'm assuming that is talking about, that's referring to the skill rating. So your skill rating will go down less or go up more. So you'll also see whether people are partied or not, which is very good. That is very good, because then you'll know if you're going up against a team of just solo players who have just jumped in there, or if you're going up against a team of coordinated people who are talking in mics and letting everyone know what's going on. Because you got to play that differently, to be honest. Like there's a different mindset that you have to go into the match with if your opponent are working together closely than if they're just a random like people grouped up together. So that's interesting. Also, your skill rating can drop, which is, I don't know. I'm not super upset about this, to be honest. I think it's cool. It's similar to what is it? My team in NBA 2K. The 2K series, when I played NBA 2K15, like you can go up divisions and whatnot, and then like if you lose too much, you'll get demoted. It's also similar to UFC, to be honest, because I swear your rank can go down there as well. I don't know how their skill rating is going to be implemented. I don't know what I think they said the number is going to be from 1 to 100. I don't know if there's decimal points and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's going to be cool, because usually in first-person shooters, you just go up. Like, there is no going down or anything. But I guess this is more based on, just showing people what your actual skill is, like how good you are at the game, instead of you just grinding to progress to unlock new gun attachments or something like that. So I guess it's a different way to look at it. It's a different type of skill system, and I like it. I think it's cool. I think this is a cool feature. At first I wasn't thinking that I'd play competitive mode at all, because it's like I'm trying to have fun in it. I want to have fun and play the game and enjoy it. I don't want to be like super tryhardy or whatever. But these new additions, like to be able to see if your opponent's in a party, the new longer assault maps, looking at your skill rating and all that sort of stuff, it seems interesting. So I'd be interested in to see how that works out. If you get like a higher skill rating if you're playing a support character, like how does that work? Like that's what I'm interested in, but they haven't released all the details, so I guess we'll see how that works when they eventually let us know. They said they will change the system over time in response to feedback in order to make the best game possible. So it seems like they care. They said that they play the game. So it seems like they want to make the best game possible, to be honest. They said there will be cosmetic rewards, sprays and icons each season that you can only get by playing the season. Also, high skilled players will unlock golden guns and other cosmetic rewards. So this is also a draw for me to come in and play competitive play, because you'll be able to unlock certain things that you wouldn't unlock if you were just playing the normal game. And I guess being a high skilled player will unlock you more stuff, instead of just grinding through each level trying to get another loot pack that doesn't get you shite. So that's good. That's interesting. That's a better progression system than the one that we've got now, I think. And they also said there will be more information coming, and yeah, They haven't given us a date on that. Like, the thing is, like, the information that we've gotten from the developers and stuff like that, it's been very, very vague. Like, they're not telling us when certain things are coming out, like the new characters and all that sort of stuff, which I'm upset about that. But this competitive play mode, I think it's actually going to be something that I might consider playing. I don't know how long I'd consider playing it, but it'll probably add another layer to the game apart from quick play mode. I haven't really been playing Overwatch that much recently. I've just been banging out The Witcher 3 because of that Blood and Wine expansion, and The Witcher 3 is, you know, amazing. If you haven't got it, definitely go get it. But yeah, I will be playing some more Overwatch and, you know, getting back in the swing of things. And this competitive play mode seems like an interesting addition that I'll definitely go and check out. Let me know what you guys' feelings are on the competitive play mode as of now, whether you're gonna play it and that sort of stuff. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Overwatch videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.